to my channel. My name is Shelley-ann Henry. And before I go any further, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I just want to say to all those who have been subscribing to my channel, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am back again with my father-in-law, Dr. Eric Henry Sr. So Dad, thank you again. We've been doing some series on life living back in Jamaica. And as I said in the previous videos, I have that on because I know he has more knowledge of Jamaica than I do, because one, he has lived longer than I have, even though I was born here and he was born here. But he knew Jamaica back then, and you know Jamaica now. So I have him on with me. So Dad, thank you again for coming on. Before I jump into the question, which you will already see what the topic, what we're talking about, is that someone said that they have subscribed to my channel because I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for all those who have been commenting. Yes, not everybody agree that, but that is life. We don't expect that you should agree, because everyone have a mind to think and to reason for themselves. That's why the Bible says, study to show thyself approved. So you have to show yourself. So I don't expect people to agree with everything we're saying, but we're just giving you our perspective, okay? It's our perspective. So today again, I have Dad with me. Josiah is a little bit annoyed that he's not on camera, but next one, Jesse, next one. So Dad, as we've been talking about people coming back home to live, some people are saying that they will never come back to Jamaica to live, maybe because of what they have experienced growing up, and also how they have been treated and all of that. Now that they're living abroad, they find life a little bit better. They are able to survive. But Dad, you went and lived in England and also a little bit in America, right? Because you studied in America for a while. Yes. How long did you study in America for?
The first time it was nearly 2 years. Second time, 7 months.
Wow. So 2 years and 7 months. So you could say almost 3 years in all, right?
Yes.
So you were there for a while. So you could say you live in America. So you have a taste of America, and you had a taste of, and you lived in Britain for how many years?
Well, it's a multiplicity of time, which I will unravel
as you go on.
I try to answer the question.
As you try to answer the question, right? So last week we talked about that dress sense, and some of you find it, okay. So we keep going, but Dad. So you and Mom went to England to live, and you pastored in England.
No, the first time.
Yes.
I migrated to England as a young man.
As a young man, okay.
Seeking employment, but my seeking employment was not just seeking employment to make money. At the root of everything, I was desperate to get education. And the avenues were not open up to me in Jamaica. And so, giving it careful thought, I decided to go to England.
You would decide to go to England, right? So you hear that wasn't just driven by money. He was driven by education. He wanted to educate himself, because when a man have education, you can survive anywhere, right, Dad?
That's right.
Anywhere,
That's
even
right.
in the jungle, you can go in the jungle and survive, because you have. And when I say education, it's not just about reading. Yes, reading, but knowing and applying.
And
right?
being able to think for yourself.
And being able to think for yourself. That is the most important thing when it comes on to education. All right, Dad. So now you went to England for education. You got your education, and you went into pastoral service.
No, I went to England, work, study, up until the time I had a bachelor's. But in my opinion, I need a little more. So I went across to America and had a master's.
And where did you study in America?
Andrews University.
Which is an Adventist institution. Both of them were, because you studied at Newbolt as well. Was it Newbolt?
Yes.
Which is also an Adventist university.
Yes.
So after studying and living in England, Mom joined you at what stage?
When I was doing my master's in America.
When you were doing your master's in America. That's when mom and my husband at the time was the baby. Was he born at that time?
No, when we came back to Jamaica.
Okay. So you see that went and they came back and they went. All right. So you and mom settled in England for a while. And then what was the driving force behind the both of you returning home? Was that your idea? Was it something you wanted or mom?
No, let's back up a little more.
Yes.
Finishing my master's in America,
Yeah.
I was now qualified academically to take up pastoral or teaching work.
Yes.
There was no opening in Britain at the time, so the next place is my first home.
Jamaica.
Yes. So I applied and I had a job here, so I came home to a job which I enjoyed very much.
Okay.
Just after working here for 5 years, I decided that I still want some more education.
Wow.
So one of the ideas coming to me was to go back to America, but some things were not working out as they should. So I went back to England, where I took up pastoral work and part-time study.
Okay.
Yes.
And was mom with you at that time?
Yes.
Mom was with you at that, and Henry,
Yes.
which is my husband. I call him Henry, which is our surname.
Yes, when we went back to England, he was only about 4 years old.
4 years old when he went to
Right.
England.
So we worked for a number of years. That is from 1977 up until 1995.
Oh.
Then I had a call to come and teach at Northern Caribbean University.
Okay, so you returning home wasn't just something you just said, I'm ready to go home. You actually had a call to come home.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Because I was now qualified.
Because you were now qualified.
I had something to offer. Then I was called to Northern Caribbean University to head the Department of Theology and Religion.
Oh, so you didn't just reach to the stage because you weren't even a pensioner then, weren't you, Dad? When you
No.
So
I'm far from being a pensioner.
So you it wasn't retirement and you decided to come home and have retirement life. You actually came home and work.
That's right.
Wow.
And then after a time, we spent 3.5 years here. My contract was up. I decided that I would do a little more on the United Kingdom side. So I went back to England, and there I worked again as a pastor and move on into retirement.
And the reason why I'm bringing out all these things that because people think that people only come back to Jamaica because they are retired. But here you are giving an history of your life to show that you didn't come back as a retiree. You came back and work.
That's right.
You work overseas and then you decide then you got a call to come right back in your homeland where you started to come and finish up your working years.
That's right. And no, it's not only pensioners who return.
Because some people think that, that it's only pensioners who come home.
Yes.
But explain to the people that it's not only that.
Not only pensioners. There are those who, with open eyes, they see great possibilities here. I know for a young man, he's also in the academic stream. And every time I meet him, he would tell me that he's doing very well. And he's a very young man. He's anywhere near retirement. So while they're suggesting that, as they would say in Jamaica, not now go on down after me.
Yes.
That is not quite true. And people leaving Jamaica, which we are going to address in another
video.
package.
Yes.
But people leaving Jamaica, it's not just people leaving Jamaica. If you go to England, people are leaving England, going to Australia, going to Canada,
That's
going
true.
to United
I know
States of
people.
America, coming to Jamaica.
Yes.
And they go all over the place. People are leaving America.
Yeah.
Right now, I know that youngsters are from Jamaica are going to America because there's a need for worker in certain areas, teaching pastoral and other areas, because their youngsters have gone to other places.
That's right.
So we're in a world where people are going to
back and
and fro,
forth.
back and forth, up
That's
and
right.
down. So it's not just a Jamaica, UK, or a Jamaica thing. It's a worldwide thing.
I like that, Dad. Thank you for clearing that up. And as Dad said, listen carefully what he said in the video. He went and he educated himself. So if you're a fool, then don't return to Jamaica.
That's right. That's right.
If you're a fool, don't come home to Jamaica, because you're gonna just come here and just turn even more fool-fooler. So try your best, because a lot of us that when we go abroad, including myself, we focus on money, and we don't think of educating ourselves. What can I learn even if I don't make money? But what can I learn so that if one day I decide I want to go somewhere else to live, as you say, it don't have to be Jamaica, because my videos is not to tell people to come home to live. We're helping you to understand what Jamaica is all about and how we are living in Jamaica, and what are some of the ups and downs, and what are some of the things that you can do or think about before you come in. So we're not here to tell you to pack up America, pack up England, pack up Australia, pack up Canada, and run come home. I will never do that.
No.
I will never tell you to do that. But we're helping you if it's something that is on your heart and you're thinking, and that's why I have my dad-in-law on, because as he told you before, he did not go to England and America for money. He wanted something that would last longer than money.
Yes, yes. One of the, when I say regrets, it's not regret to say I'm frustrated or anything like that, but in my traveling and in my movement, I wish I had focused a little more on the development of the material side of my existence. I'm not in poverty,
Yes.
but I could be much wealthier.
What So okay, so that you're letting the people know that nothing is wrong with looking at money, and nothing is wrong with education. The two of them
Two things
can coexist.
we need to, let me say 3 things we need to pay much attention to: our spiritual existence, our material existence, and our intellectual existence. Those are very, very important. While the world is up and down, chaos and disorder seem to be taking over, but when you have those 3, you can ride the storm.
You can ride out the storm, and especially in the climate that we're living in, we need to have all those things, especially our spiritual life have to be grounded, because one of the things that you would notice in that when Dad is talking, he was a Christian man before he left Jamaica. He gave when did you give your life to the Lord, Dad?
I was baptized when I was 11 plus.
11 plus, and Dad is almost 90. And you have never left.
No, I have no intention.
And I have no intention to leave.
I find satisfaction in my religious world.
Right. And so with God, Dad was able to accomplish all that he had and could have accomplished more. But again, as he said, he didn't pay much attention to much of the, material side. But I think you did well, Dad.
Yes. It's not that I didn't pay attention. It's that I wasn't aware, and there was no real guidance. As a matter of fact, for the material development, there was a sort of religious suggestion that you shouldn't have material things, which I discover for myself from Bible that is not real godly Christian teaching.
That's right.
God wants his children to prosper materially. And so Christians should, in their looking after their spiritual life, see their spiritual life as covering their material development.
All right, that is good. That is true, Dad, and we will do more video on that, because growing up in church, for me, that was an experience where people just think living in poverty means you're close to Jesus.
Yes.
So we're gonna do another video on that. So as Dad has explained to you, coming home for him wasn't retirement. So coming back to Jamaica, you don't have to wait until you're retired. Or some people think it's just retired people come home. There are people who have come home. I know people personally, young, who have taken up their young family, come back to Jamaica, and they're running businesses, and they still travel the world. You know, they still get to travel, but they made that decision to come home and raise their children. So, and they're nowhere near retirement yet. So when you think about returning home, don't just think about when I'm retired, but think about the prospect that you can come to Jamaica and make a difference. And as Dad said, he got a call to come back into his own country to work. You can imagine? In his own country.
Yes, and for some people, retiring and coming to Jamaica is not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's true.
Because Jamaica has moved on.
Yeah.
From the time you were living in Jamaica as a youngster.
Yeah.
And many of the friends you used to have, the relatives you used to have, they're gone.
They're gone. They're gone.
So when you come back,
you have nothing.
You might not find
the satisfaction,
a social sphere within which to exist.
Mm-hmm.
You will not find the encouragement that Uncle this and Auntie that used to give to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're much, and then again, if health is failing you, you're much better off staying where you are. So it's a world of going and coming, going and coming. The important thing is weighing carefully, analyze carefully what you plan to do. Don't just sit back and say, faith, the Lord will do this. The Lord has given us it to think. He has given us reasoning mind so that we can counsel with others, we can think through, we can come and have a look around, and then we make a decision. Make a decision to suit your personal need.
All right, thank you, Dad. Yes, and as usual, we don't want to keep on long. So we have more videos coming up, Dad, where we're going to talk more about Jamaica, why people are leaving, and again, why some people come home, and again, why some people. Do you know you have people in Jamaica who don't want to travel? They don't want to travel. They've never traveled, and they don't have that desire to travel. And they're not poor or needy. They're okay. They're well off because they've gotten education here and they've made life here. And so there are people who have that don't have no desire to travel.
I met a young man, and he told me that the longest he stayed abroad was 4 weeks. And he's asking the question, why should I leave Jamaica? His uncle told me that the young man is building a mansion. Unfortunately, the uncle died and I never get to go and see that mansion. But he says he's got everything he needs.
That's right.
He's in the real estate business and some other little business, all legal and above board. And he has done so well that he sees no need to travel to any place other than Jamaica. If he goes out of Jamaica, it's for a short holiday.
Yeah. All right, Dad, thank you again for coming on to my video. And again, thank you to everyone who have been subscribing. Thank you. Keep the subscription coming. Keep subscribing to my channel. My tongue is a bit tied. And don't forget to like up the video, don't forget to share up the video, and don't forget to give me your feedback. And also, you can drop in the comment what would you like to hear us talk about next, because we also are here to serve. Okay, until next time, thank you so much for joining, and Dad, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Richest blessings.
All right. Yes. All right. Bye.